I'm on Redbubble and I searched the term hazardous materials and I got back 256 unique designs. Now I'm at the bottom. I'm going to scroll up because I'm searching by relevance. That means the very top is going to be the best-selling design. Let's see what we've got. Trust me, I'm a hazardous materials removal worker. Keep calm and let the hazardous materials removal worker handle it. Screw your lab safety. I want superpowers. What's the best-selling design for hazardous materials? There's some that are pretty funny, some that are pretty witty, some that are absolutely beautifully designed. And as I scroll on up to the very top, the best-selling design for hazardous materials is a sticker that says, "Warning, biohazard." I'm going to break this down in more detail in this video about how you can make not super arty stickers, not super high-end designs, utility stickers that people actually use. I think sometimes on Redbubble we can outsmart ourselves a little bit and we try to be a little too arty or a little too unique. And what I would suggest for this video is let's just think in terms of utility. In other words, are people going to use stickers for certain very specific things? So I'm just going to type in a couple ideas, and they're not the most arty ideas in the world. But for example, let's take a look at poison sticker. The idea being that if you have something that's poisonous, you would want to put a sticker on it. Now, obviously, you're going to get some trademarked infringing stuff like the band Poison. But look at this one, biohazard warning sign. It's just the picture of the actual thing, poison. These are right on the first page. There's 22,000 designs, but these are right near the top. So it's something to think about. Now, I'm not suggesting you take this sticker and you just copy it, but what I'm suggesting is there an opportunity there for warning labels? Because people buy 10, 20, 30 stickers at a time. Are there very specific niches where people use warning labels? Maybe you're a university student at a certain type of campus. Maybe you're an accountant, or maybe you're a lawyer. Maybe there's legal terms you can use. These are just ideas. Let's jump into another idea here, which is racing numbers. This is very specific. But what if somebody wanted a very specific number on their t-shirt? So here we've got 53, 13. Now there's 2,000 results. That's not a lot, but if you had like the number 5, the number 6, the number, this 25 is just white because somebody made a white text. You could, in theory, make this sort of a number, but you could have number 2, number 3, number 4. You could have numbers all the way up because numbers are just numbers. So there's not a ton of designs here. I like this idea. It's just numbers on shirts. This is very specific niches. Now, how many different fonts are there in the world? How many different colors are there in the world? I love this. There's a green 7, there's a red 7, there's a red and black 7. There's all sorts of different. So if you see the actual number, it's not like you're going to see number 22 and go, well, guess the number 22 is covered. Well, what about a 22 with white font, 22 with pink font? What about all black shirts with bright neon blue font? It's an idea, something to think about. Now, I'm not guaranteeing these are all going to be bestsellers, but if you had a huge collection, you might get some traction. How about the number 430? 16 results come back. 16, that's it. Now, this is a very, very tiny niche, right? But if you're looking at highways, if you're looking at maybe somebody's favorite number, usually people have favorite numbers somewhere between 1 and say 50. So let's just pick the number 16, for example. Let's say number 16. We're going to get back way more results, I'm sure, 1,000, but there's 16s. Now, yes, there's going to be some trademark designs. I don't care about those. Look at this one, 16 with a baseball on it. What about 16 with a hockey puck, 16 with a basketball, 16 with sports font, 16 with hot pink font, hot blue font, US flag. Then there's Canadian flag. Then there's the Ireland flag, the Scottish flag, the Union Jack. It goes on and on and on. Here's rainbow colors. Then you can do watercolors, different different colors and different designs inside of the 16. Again, I have no interest in ripping off the LA Lakers. I have no interest in ripping off the Washington football team or any baseball teams. I'm talking about unique designs just based on colors and fonts. How about I am deaf? Do you think somebody like who's hearing impaired would need a sticker? Probably. Please bear with me, I have hearing loss. There's only 1,980 results. That's not like, considering the amount of people with hearing impairment in the world, that's a pretty low number. Here's one, hard of hearing. Let's just open up this one. I want to see this one in a bit more detail. Hearing impaired sticker, hard of hearing. I will never suggest that you rip off somebody's design, but is there variations of this that you could take a look at? Please bear with me, I'm hard of hearing. Please bear with me, I'm deaf. Hard of hearing with different font, white and black, black and white, blue and white and blue, pink, hot blue, neon blue. There's so many different options, and there's only 2,000 in this niche. I am hard hearing, please be patient. This is the level. Again, I never want to make fun of anyone's designs. I never want to try to, come down on anyone. But obviously no one's going to buy this design because it's misspelled. I am hard of hearing. Like, where's the of? It's gone. This is an opportunity for you to improve. This is how you get a successful store, is you look at a niche that's underserviced. It's only 1,980 designs. And let's be real honest. Be kind. Great looking design. Is that the greatest sticker in the world? Probably not. I'd rather just throw that on a round sticker personally, and probably it'd be better. I'm deaf, not stupid. No need to shout. It's right on the first page. It's a decent design. Could you do better? I don't know. I am deaf. What a great idea for a face mask. I want to tell you a quick story. My sister actually works in a donut shop, and she knows sign language. And so this is a subject that's a little near and dear to my heart because she told me this story and I just loved it. And she knows how to sign, American Sign Language. And so a lady walked into the donut store and she was trying to order product, but nobody in the store knew how to deal with her because she couldn't speak. And nobody knew she was deaf. You're kind of guessing and you're looking at it. Well, my sister could recognize immediately this person was deaf because they were trying to use sign language. She walked over and with a big smile on her face said, signed to her, I understand American Sign. How can I help you? The customer literally started crying. They were so happy to connect with someone. What an amazing idea to have a sign on your face mask that says, I am hard of hearing. Please be patient. I'm deaf. This is a great niche. If you want to talk about providing value in someone's life, this is it. What are the other challenges that people face? Maybe someone has social anxiety. Maybe someone has another type of, impairment or disability or, some sort of challenge in their life. So this is a great niche. And it's a utility niche because it's not you don't need to be the most artistic in the world. It just needs to be clear and concise. Let's switch gears here for a second. I'm going to type in the word oregano. That's a spice that you use when you're cooking. Oregano, 689 results. Look at the top design. It's just oregano with like a little circle around it. Oregano. So you would use this to put like a jar label. You would just buy it and put it on a jar. What other things do you have in your house that are in a jar? And we haven't even got into funny labels. I mean, can you imagine if you have somebody who's super into spices and then you wrote stinky oregano and then you gave it to them as like a birthday gift? I mean, that's hilarious, right? Or if somebody really likes peanut butter and jelly, so you make fun of it and you put it on a label on a sticker and that's a birthday present for them. There's all sorts of offshoots of this. I'm not even talking about being funny here. I'm talking about just regular, straight ahead, good old boring vanilla white and black labels. What about labels that say salt, pepper, oregano, spicy chili, whatever it is, right? Now, if you make 5 of these designs, no one's going to care. But if you make 500 and that's your store is labels, you will get traction. People will go, oh, that's the label store. Follow. That's the label store. I'm going to go there because I need a label on, whatever. Now, I'm just going to pop this one open. This one is the oregano sticker. Okay. And I'm actually just going to go to this person's page. Now, I have no idea what this person has on their page, but they have 71 designs. If you can see right here, this is their top selling design because it's right at the top of most relevant. So if that was me, if this was my store, I'd be like, double down on the oregano. Let's start getting paprika. Let's start getting chilies. Let's start making more of these labels. And then down at the bottom in my shop, I would write, do you want something on a label? Please email me. Open yourself up to custom work. So that's an idea as well. So I hope you found that helpful. These are some design niche ideas, and some of them are going to hopefully hit home and you'll be like, wow, I'm inspired. Some of them you might go, not really my thing, but that's okay because Redbubble is so huge. You just need to find one niche that you think will work, pump a whole bunch of designs into there. And once you start hitting the 100 or 150 mark on your designs in that collection, you're going to start seeing some traction. People will go, oh, that's the guy that does that. That's the label guy. That's the biohazard guy. That's the oregano guy. Hope you guys found that helpful. Take care. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.